Mm. Mm. I know we're going live. It's about to go down. I know what you're saying right now. Is it about to go down? Yes, it is. It's about to go down. Hey, real dealers, it's your boy Charles Blair, the mad scientist. And on behalf of my beautiful wife, Tammy Blair, I'm live today. So, I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. Well, it's been a while. What have you been up to? And what's up with that title, The Morning Shower? Well, the reason why I am coming live today is because I just want to basically douse you guys with some serious information, some serious knowledge, and give you guys what's happening now, an announcement, answer your questions, and shower you with love and knowledge. That's the reason for the title, The Morning Shower. So, first thing first, we're going to start in about a minute or so. And I want to know, in particular, where you're at right now. If you're on Instagram, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, because we're streaming on all the platforms this morning. I want to know exactly right now, where are you? Because I want to hear from you. Today, I want this to be not one of those situations where all you're doing is pretending to talk. You're just listening, not giving, not participating, not being a part of the conversation. I want you in the conversation. I want you to be a part of what's happening. I want to help you. We want to educate you. We want you to be a part of the conversation today. The topics, it's going to vary. We're going to talk about what's happening in our life, what's happening in real estate investing. We're going to talk about what's happening with the recession. We're going to talk about everything that is pertinent to you. And I really, really am interested in answering your questions, what's on your mind, what's keeping you up at night. How can we as a community work and help each other become successful? So the first thing I want to know is who's out there, where you're at. I know it's early in the morning. It's only seven something, and some of you guys are getting ready for work. Some of you are early risers like myself. I'm a 5 o'clock person. My morning routine begins at 5. I talk to my outsourcers that's overseas. Then I begin talking with my project manager, my acquisition manager, my dispo manager. My day begins at 5 a.m. And I'm up right now, as you can see. Usually, I'm having a nice cup of tea, but today it's coffee. I just felt like a coffee day. No particular reason. I usually don't drink coffee, but today, for some reason, I added coffee to the drink menu. So, what is keeping you guys up at night? Where are you at? Let me know where you're coming from. I want to know is we wholesalers out there? Do we have rehabbers out there? We have buy and hold investors out there. Are you in Maryland? Are you in DC? Are you in Virginia? Are you in Topeka, Kansas? Are you in Illinois? Where are you at right now? So leave a comment below. Shout out your area. Shout out your location. Let's get this morning shower going, y'all. I want to hear from you. What's happening in your part of the world? I know it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Charles, you got too much excitement right now, man. Too much energy. That's okay. That's how we roll. I'm testing out the actual StreamYard, hoping that everything is working fine. You guys hearing me fine? If you are, drop a comment. Let me know that you guys are hearing me well. No problems with sound. No problems with any issues with the platform. I want to hear from you. For those of you who don't know, we have a real deal meetup event that's coming to the DMV area on August the 27th. That's right. At the Best Western Hotel, 5625 O'Donnell Street. And we're definitely hope that all of our DMV residents, as well as Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, come into the house. So what I'm looking at right now, I see James on. Good morning from James, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. I need you to leave a little name. Let me know who you are if you're leaving a comment on Facebook, or sign in to StreamYard so you can leave a comment on Facebook, what's going on, who you are, so that I can address you accordingly. Mike said hello. Joanne from Detroit. Greg, hello. Ern, Facebook user, loud and clear. Big homie. Good morning, Charles. Man, thank you, guys. Like I was saying, we have a meetup event on the 27th here in beautiful Baltimore, Maryland. And I hope you guys will be able to attend. I hope you are able to show face in the house. Now, I have to admit, we're kind of limited right now. We started out with 110, 125, going up to 200. And now we only have about 40 something seats remaining. So that's the website right there, therealdealmeetup.com. Head on over there and make sure you RSVP your attendance, because we would love to have you in the house. Now, before we get down to business, I want you guys to know something. Something that I am extremely proud of. The Real Deal Meetup is currently, and you're gonna hear the crowd. It's currently the third largest real estate investing meetup in the nation. I kid you not. We have cracked the nut. So what do I mean by that? Let me show you guys. And I are asking is go over to therealdealmeetup.com. If you've ever gotten any kind of substance from our meetings, if you ever gotten any kind of substance from my YouTube videos, if you ever gotten any kind of information, we've helped you in any way, please head on over to the Real Deal Meetup and drop us some love. Make sure you join the meetup group. Now, did I mention that it was 100% free? That's right. No cost, no fluff, no BS, and no gurus allowed. As a matter of fact, every Real Deal Meetup event is all content. And this month, we have a fantastic event at the Best Western Hotel. But enough of the self indulgence promotion about the group. What we're here for. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to call out some of the questions that was sent to us over on Instagram, sent to us over on Facebook, and sent to us over on YouTube, as well as just to share my opinion. Now, the question of the day is, mad scientists, what's going on with the economy and how will it affect the way you're doing business? But most importantly, how will it affect the way I'm doing business, meaning yourself? And here's my 2 cents worth, because nobody has a crystal ball. No one can tell you this is exactly what's going to happen and this is what you have to do. I'm just going to give you my opinion. As someone that's been in the game for over 30 plus years, full-time investor, done hundreds, if not thousands of deals. I stopped counting years ago. My opinion, I've seen this rodeo before. I've been through what's recession periods. We've had dealt with that type of environment before. Now, what usually happens? Simply put, the cream rises to the top. So, what do I mean by the cream rises to the top? Well, what is going to happen is you're going to see a total abandonment of wholesalers, some rehabbers, and other investors leave the market. Now, why will these investors leave the most valuable part of wealth building that you could get into? Simply put, they were not prepared to deal with a harder market. And here's what I mean. The ones that are going to leave the market are going to be the wholesalers who didn't educate themselves, who just put stuff out there. And because the market was hot, it flew off the sales sheet. Because the market was hot, the rehabbers was able to get X amount of money off of deals that was bad deals, because everybody, including hedge funds, including retirement funds, including all types of people who jumped in the hot market, were paying ridiculously high prices. Those investors are going to disappear. Trust me when I say this. I've seen this rodeo before. Those investors are going to be gone. If you are not up on your knowledge, wholesaling, rehabbing, buying and holding, owner structure financing, if you're not up on how to do it right, your business will suffer immensely. I kid you not. I've seen this rodeo before. I've rode this horse before. I've never been bucked off of it. So, what I urge each and every one of you to do is make sure you understand the game that you are playing. If it's wholesaling, Be the best that you can be when it comes to educating yourself and getting out there, taking action, putting the best product out there on the market, and not depending on wishy-wash opportunities. Make sure your numbers are tight. Make sure your ARV is tight. Make sure your negotiation skills are tight. Make sure your deal structuring are tight. Make sure your business is airtight, for one. Number two, the availability of money is going to be there. However, loose money will disappear. So, what do I mean by that? The fly by night investors is going to put their money in their pocket and hold it for better times. So, there will still be opportunities to work with the cash rich private investors, the cash rich hard money lenders, the cash rich funds. However, the ones with the weakest structure is going to pour their money back and hold it in their pockets, which means only, I'm going to say this again, the cream will rise to the top. That's what's going to happen. You have to make sure that the funny money that a lot of investors were playing with, meaning the abundance of cash, is going to disappear to the point where you better make sure you have a strong track record to work with that investor. You have a person who you know that you're going to give the money to who have experience. So those individuals are going to prosper. The lenders, the investors with the good deals, the rehabbers with the steady cruise and steady process in place, they will continue to perform at a high level. But those who are just in the game because the market was hot and did not base it on a strong foundation, I'm sorry to say, it will be a rough ride for you. That's just my morning shower take, my 2 cents worth. Who's out there? Drop some names out there in the comment section. I know I'm seeing Facebook user, I'm seeing YouTube individuals, I'm seeing Instagram. I want to know some names because unfortunately, you guys haven't signed in. So I don't know who's out there right now and where you're coming from. What area of the country are you in right now listening? Let's give you a minute. Drop them names down there. I want to say good morning. Angela, good morning. Back at ya. Greg, good morning. Maryland's in the house. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Andre, Jerome, I got you covered, man. I got your questions. We're going to be going over those shortly. Dave, thank you. Appreciate it. Corey, you the man. You the man. All my Instagram, all my YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Devontae, thank you for being on the broadcast, my friend. Mastermind meeting coming up. Hope you're able to make it. Everybody, we love you. Now, first question came from Jerome. Jerome wants to know what's working now. Now, all you guys, before I answer that question, go ahead. If you have a question about the business, you have a question about anything, really. If you have a question, leave it in the comment section and I will make sure I drop some knowledge on you guys. If I know the answer, I'm going to give it. If not, I'm going to help you find out where to get it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know. But definitely, if you have any questions about real estate investing, about marketing, about transaction engineering, about owner structured financing, about working with virtual assistants, about marketing, about structuring your business, you have those questions, put it in the comment section. I will drop some knowledge bombs on you guys when you're ready. Jerome asks, what's working now? For us, for our business, right now, 2022, August the 11th, 2022. The number one opportunity channel that's working for us right now is cold calling. I'll be honest with you. We do somewhere around 35 to 40,000 calls a month. Last month, 6 deals. Now, that's not a high number for us. And I'll be honest with you. We shut things down for about a week and a half to really tweak some issues that I came across based on the KPIs that we were getting. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of tip. If you don't know what's going on, and I'm talking about number-wise, in your business on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, you're going to eventually drown. And what do I mean by that is because the numbers tell you what's working right and what's working wrong. Or should I say, that doesn't even sound right. What's not working. So always look at those numbers because it's going to tell you what marketing strategy you should be doing, what marketing campaign you should be running, how often you should be running, when, what time should you be running it, and so on. That's how important the KPIs are for your real estate and business. So you have to make sure my transaction engineers, my real estate investors, any business owners, you have to make sure that those KPIs are on point, knowing exactly what's working now. So for us, number one is cold calling. Number two, surprisingly enough, is relationship marketing. Yeah, that's been the second strongest campaign that we've run that has allowed us to get a lot of opportunity. Good morning, Cole from Kansas is relationship marketing. And number three, text message marketing. So out of those 6 deals we've closed, the breakdown has been 3 from cold calling, 1 from relationship marketing, and 2 from text message marketing. Now, when I say text message marketing, I don't mean that text messaging was the way that we closed the deal. What I'm referring to is text messaging was the way that we began the process to close the deal. In other words, the person responded to a text. We got them off the text into a conversation, put them through the funnel, and we finally got the deal under contract. Don't look at text messaging as the way to close it. Text messaging is the opening of the door to have the conversation. And that's how we use our text messaging. James asks, well, what actual program are you using for text messaging? We're using something called REI Reply. It's a program that I am extremely passionate about. And yes, I am an affiliate of it. And if you go to madreireply.com, you can basically sign up. Only costs $49 a month. I get a little bit off of that because I'm an affiliate of it, but I'm not telling you because I'm an affiliate of it to sign up. I'm telling you because we use it. My mastermind students use it. A lot of the actual top investors in the industry use it. It's that powerful. I love it. So Everything is a process in your business, and working through that process means testing, means measuring, means knowing your actual key performance indicators. So, what do those indicators look like? I'll give you an example. One, you want to know how many calls came through, how many emails came through, how many text messages came through per day, per week, per month. Two, you want to know, was that call, text, or email, was it a lead or was it a prospect that turned to be dead? So, what do I mean by that? Nothing moves to a lead until the person says yes. So, if you have a bucket, you have a prospect, you have a lead, and then you have your process that happens once that lead becomes a lead. Up until that point, and what I mean by that point is up until they say yes. A prospect isn't a lead until they say yes. So up until they say yes, they're just a prospect. Once they say yes, it triggers the next part of your automation, the next part of your system, and so on and so on and so on. So I'm going to give you something that I definitely want you guys to understand. There's three types of leads: hot, warm, and cold. Okay, let's start with the cold. A cold lead is, or a cold person is someone who has never heard of you before, and you're just reaching out to that person. For example, you're doing a cold calling campaign. You're texting a list that you have never spoken to that individual before. You're reaching out to individuals through email that you've never reached out to before. You're dropping ringless voice messages to people who you have never dropped a ringless voice message before. That's a cold lead. Warm is someone who you've reached out to and have responded to you, but have not taken an action as of yet. A hot lead is someone that has taken an action in the affirmative. And what do I mean by that? Someone that says, yes, I want to sell. That's considered a hot lead. Now, there's different variations, and we're not going to go into all of that stuff. But the key thing I want you to understand is that when you have hot leads, you have to know that they have to be nurtured, because that's when your money, and should I say, where your money is made. It's not in the cold, although you want to begin in that process to continue to grow your lead source. It's in the warm to hot. As a matter of fact, the cold lead is going to cost you the most money. That's going to spend the most out of your marketing dollar. So keep that in mind. So, Jerome, to answer your question, again, our number one source has been cold calling. Number two, relationship marketing. And number three, text message marketing. Next question came from Tori. Should I be concerned about the recession? Now, I've answered this question. You should be concerned, but you shouldn't panic. And here's what I mean by that. The recession or advent of a recession is going to weed out what I like to call the holiday investors. So, what do I mean by the holiday investors? Like I mentioned earlier, the holiday investors are investors who basically got in the game because it was hot, because they seen this person making money. They saw this guru talking about this. They saw this on HGTV. They just said, okay, I want to be a part of this. And they made money. Why? Because almost everybody that had a pulse that put something under contract was able to get over what the property was actually worth because of how hot the market was. So that put into their mind a strong sense of security that they are the shit. Now, whether or not it's true, they are or they aren't, I'm not here to say that. But what I'm trying to say is if your business is not built on a strong foundation of knowledge, a strong foundation of process, and a strong foundation of implementation, action plus offers equal profit, you will have a tough time as the dollar and the market shrinks. That's what I mean when I say the cream will rise to the top. So, what can you do about it? Educate yourself. Stay on top of what's happening in your market. Stay on top of what's happening in your legislation. Stay on top of what's happening in your business and continue. Consistency, consistency, consistency. That's the key. Question. What is relationship marketing? Great question. Well, relationship marketing is nothing more than building a relationship with a source to end a goal. In other words, networking, part of relationship marketing. In other words, business engagement is part of relationship marketing. Uh, Joining and being a part of communities that fester your desire to be successful is part of relationship marketing. And what I mean by this is that, in simple terms, it's continuing to engage in individuals, businesses, and opportunities that could better suit the success of your goals. Facebook group, meetup groups, real estate investors associations, YouTube channels, Instagram channels, all the social channels, all of these individual places where your ideal customers are, and building a conversational approach with that person as opposed to a pure cold call approach, pulling a list approach, building a pipeline of someone or someone's. It goes back down to investing 101, networking. That's the 100-foot view of relationship marketing. In this environment, more than ever, your net worth is equal to your net work. When you have this type of market, this is where the cream can rise and stay at the top. That's what's meant by relationship marketing. Next question. Are there still deals out there? We got 6 of them last month. So the answer to that question is absolutely there are still deals out there. However, I am seeing a shift. I am seeing the opportunity bucket becoming a little light as prices slow down, as interest rates go up. I am seeing a shift in what's happening out there. I'm a junkie for real estate investing. It's my fix, y'all. I mean, if I'm leaning back and forth, it's because I am engulfed in this industry. I love it. I eat, sleep, and breathe it. And the only thing I love more than real estate investing is my family, my God, and you. However, have that approach. I've had that approach for 30 plus years. And the reason for my love of the business, because the business of real estate saved me. Many of you guys know my story. Ninth grade dropout, born and raised in the project of East Baltimore. I didn't have anything to look forward to until I saw a Carlton Sheets commercial on television. I purchased that real estate course. It wasn't everything that I needed to be successful, but it pushed me to find a mentor. I found a mentor, worked underneath of him for 8 months. After working with him for 8 months, went out on my own. Been very successful ever since. I've been full time on my own now for over 30 plus years. Been involved in every kind of deal that you can think of. Hundreds of deals. Owned, was one of the largest minority owners of apartment buildings in downtown Baltimore. So I love real estate. And I say it wholeheartedly. It saved my life. And here's the reason why. That word, that 3-letter word, why. I made real estate investing my why. Because if I did not make real estate investing work, all I had to fall back on was a ninth grade education. So I looked at it as something that I had to do. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was something that I had to do because I had no desire to go back and get my GED and go back and go to college. I had no desire to do any of that. So I put every inch of learning into learning about this business that I've been successfully doing now for 30 plus years. And the best part of all, my love for learning about this business hasn't wavered 1 ounce. That's my story. Now, do I think you have to love this business to be successful in it? No, you don't. You have to be educated or be around people who are educating you to help you become successful. The reason why most investors fail, it isn't because they don't have enough information. There's information everywhere. Everywhere out there, there's information on how to do wholesaling, how to do rehabbing, how to do buy and holding, and how to do owner financing, how to do subject to, how to do short sales. It's everywhere. And the problem is, because of the way that we consume so much of that, we consume without learning. Once we get to the point of consumption overboard, get out of that shiny new toy syndrome. If you can get out of that and just put a plan, totally focus on your process, your desire, your goal, your strategy, totally focus without hearing all that other noise from this person, from that person, from this course, from that seminar, from this guru, from that. If you do that, you can become successful. You don't have to love it. I love it. I love the business. You don't have to love it. You could have a love of being a teacher. You could have a love of being an accountant. You could have a love of being an Uber driver. You could have a love of being a crossing guard. But if you don't have that focus, that's where most people fall short and believe that this business is not working or it doesn't work. Final question. What are some of the ways you get deals with a very little marketing budget? And that question was proposed from Andre. Andre wants to know what are some of the ways that we get deals. As I mentioned before, we do cold calling, we do ringless voice messaging, we do text messaging, we do relationship marketing. We're heavy on marketing channels. And what I mean by that, there's about 5 or 6 ways you can engage with someone. At least 5 or 6 ways you can do that. And let me break them down for you. Cold calling is a marketing channel. Email marketing is another marketing channel. Direct mail is a marketing channel. Ringless voice messaging, text messaging. I can go on, TV, radio, and so on. These are all marketing channels. You should be doing at least 3, 4, 5, even 6 marketing channels and measuring those marketing channels to pick out the top 2 so that you can overload the success funnel. That's your goal. Your goal is to overload what's working. So, first and foremost, you measure, analyze, opportunize. And what I mean by that, whatever's working, you do it over and over and over again until it stops working. And then when it stopped working, because you're going to know, because remember we talked about those 3 words, KPI. So when it stopped working, you're going to know based on your KPI what you need to shift to, what you need to be doing next. Because your window, that's what I like to call the KPI, your window tells you that that is no longer working and this is. So I need to drop cold calling and I need to pick up more direct mail or vice versa. That's what your window will tell you. One of the Facebook users said, I love your story, would love to connect. I have a very similar story. Sure, absolutely, absolutely. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can reach out to me at Charles at realdealmeetup.com. Charles at realdealmeetup.com. And I hope to see you guys at this month's Real Deal Meetup event on the 27th. The actual URL is right there below. It's right there. That's where the URL at. www.therealdealmeetup.com. If you have any questions, this is the perfect opportunity to ask them. I would love to help you become successful. If you want to get on my calendar, have a free one-on-one coaching call, and I do mean free one-on-one coaching call. There's no selling. There's no trying to get you to buy this or do anything. This is our way to give back to our community. So if you want to have a one-on-one coaching call with me, just drop me an email at charles@realdealmeetup.com and I'll send you my booking link. With that being said, if there's no other questions out there, thank you guys for listening to me this morning. This is my morning shower for 8/11/2022. Take care And on behalf of my beautiful wife, Tammy Blair, and I, we'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.